Hi everybody, so I've been promising this video for a while. This is going to be my top recommendations from all of the holiday releases that I have been testing. If you've been following my channel, I have picked up a number of the holiday collections, quite a lot actually. I've tested them all out, so I'm going to rank them and tell you which are my top picks from all of them. I'm going to split it into categories of cheek products, lip products and eye products. And I'm also going to be giving you recommendations for the upcoming Sephora sale, which we have in the UK and the US. So I'll give you the dates and details of both those sales. And I specifically wanted to get this out today because the UK one is coming up in a matter of days. So a lot of the things I'll be showing you today are actually going to be in the Sephora sale if they're still available. So I will be letting you know if they are, but I will also give you a quick rundown of some of my top picks for those sales, which aren't specifically from the Christmas release. So this is going to be quite a packed video. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I love to show you my favourite looks, review the latest products and give you any beauty news I think you'd be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this sort of content, please do like and subscribe, it's super helpful to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos from me. If you're already subscribed, thank you so very much for returning to my channel. You know how much I appreciate you all. Anyway, let's get on with this video. So I got an email this week from Sephora UK. I don't know if anyone's noticed, if you're in the UK, that we have now been split into gold, silver and bronze, which basically is a point accumulation. So the more you spend, the more likely you are to hit the top level of gold. So we are now getting our first sale. So I've only just got the information on this and it is coming up fast. It is starting this coming Friday. So this runs from Friday the 25th of October and it finishes on Sunday. So you've got 3 days to do your shopping. Hopefully they will run this again. It'll be more of a regular thing. Because I know with the Sephora US sale, you have a longer period. Is it over 10 days? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I know you have longer in the US with your sale. But anyway, the UK one starts then and it's going to be split into those two. I'll pop a picture up now of the actual discounts. So the gold members are getting 20% off plus an extra 100 points, and points convert into discounts. So they're always useful to have. Then you also get 20% off if you're a silver member minus the points, and you get 15% off if you're a bronze member. So definitely worth looking into the sale if there's things that you've been thinking of getting throughout the year, and if there's something you fancy in the Christmas releases that are hopefully still available. I think a number of them still are. And the Sephora sale in the US starts on the 1st of November, and I'll pop the discounts here. I believe 1st of November is just open to the Rouge members, which is like the gold in the UK. So first access is to the Rouge and you get 20% off, and you also get 30% off the Sephora collection. And then on the 5th of November, this opens to the VIP B members, which I believe is like the silver in the UK, and you're getting 15% off. And then on the same date, actually, 5th of November, the Insider members get 10% off. So reasonable discount, I suppose, but anyway, 15-20 for the higher members. So this is definitely the time if you've been saving up for things. So I just want to very quickly run through a list of things. So I've been struggling a bit about how I'm going to put a product description below in this video because there's so many products I'll be discussing. I don't think I can give links for all the products. So what I've actually done is I've written this list and I'm going to leave it on the screen for a fair amount of time for you. I don't think I can get everything down below. So I'll just put this list so you can take a quick screenshot to see what my recommendations are. And when it comes to the Christmas releases, what I've done is I've given a link to other sites where you can buy these products, and I've put next to it Sephora tick if it's in the Sephora sale. So if I don't necessarily say everything in this video, you will definitely know if the products I'm recommending to you or showing you from the Christmas releases are in the Sephora sale, or at least they were, because some of them are selling out fast, that's the problem, but they were in Sephora, so it's worth checking Sephora before buying them elsewhere. So remember to look through my product description below and if it suddenly runs out, it is literally because I've run out of room. But what I have done, and I'm asking you all a big favour here, but what I've done at the very top of my description is I've given my affiliate link to Sephora UK and my affiliate link to Sephora US. So if you're shopping the sale, if you start by just clicking that link and then going into the sale to do your purchasing, I will get some commission, which would be super helpful to me to try and fund the purchases I've made for the channel, especially over Christmas, which have been a pretty big hit to the bank, to be honest. So I hate asking for any type of support like that. It makes me very uncomfortable, if I'm honest, but at the end of the day, this is my job, so I do need to mention it now and again. So I've said it, I won't say it again, but those links are at the top of the description. If you use them, I'll be super grateful. I really would. Anyway, no more talk of that. Let's get on with this video. So the first thing I'll do is go through this list of things that aren't particularly Christmas related. They're things that I've used in the last year that have really stood out to me, which I highly recommend you buying, and they are available on both Sephora UK and US. So the top pick, which I've literally got right next to me, and I've had this next to me all year, is the Dyson Air Straight. I got this in February. I have stopped using straighteners. My hair has never been healthier. Do you know, when I went on holiday to Croatia for 1 week, I couldn't take this and I had to use straighteners, and I swear my hair was horrible. I can't believe I went all those years using straighteners. The Dyson Air Straight is £500, I believe, around that, so it's very expensive, but you can get this in the sale, I believe anyway. I don't think they're missing things from the sale. This is available in Sephora, so during the discount period I would highly recommend looking for Dyson products generally, because they cost a fortune. If you've got any of them like the Air Wrap on your wish list, then definitely check them out on the US and the UK, because I could not recommend this more. I've actually got a full review, 2 full reviews of this, my first try and my, was it my 3-month update? I can't even remember, but I've got an update video. If you look through my videos here on my channel, you'll see an update for this, but it's fabulous. I've also got, not within reach, the Shark, which is called, I've written it on my list, the Shark Flex Fusion, which is a luxury air and ceramic straightening hairdryer system with diffuser. Now, this is another good one if you've got curly hair, which I do have. So I like to use the diffuser on this. So when I choose to curl my hair, I find the diffuser on that fantastic. I can fully curl my hair without really damaging my hair very quickly. So that's another one I'd recommend. But I would generally recommend looking at hair devices during the sale on both Sephora's, because this is the perfect time to pick up these super expensive items. But I would check out Shark. Shark is very good too. A very close runner, I think, for Dyson, but a bit less money. And the next one on the list is the DIOR foundation and contour sticks. So these launched this year, and I can tell you now, the contour stick, which is literally right next to me here, I've used this alongside the Charlotte Tilbury one. These are now my top 2 contour ones. I've used this literally almost every day if I'm not using Charlotte Tilbury. Absolutely love this one. And the foundation, which I've also got here because I use it all the time, I've got this in the shade, let me see, 1N. I've got the contour in the lightest as well, but obviously you might have a different skin tone to me. But the foundation stick from DIOR has become probably the best foundation of the year for me. I haven't completely decided on my rankings for foundation, but if I was going to grab any foundation in my entire collection right now, it would be this one. It's the easiest to use, it blends out beautifully, it's so quick and easy. It goes on top of just about every product in my collection, and I just love it. I love the way it looks. Every time I wear this, I think my skin looks fabulous, so I absolutely recommend picking this up, and this is on both the Sephora's. Now I haven't got this to hand, but I do recommend looking, basically search DANESSA MYRICKS in the search bar of Sephora and go through, because there are so many things here. But my top recommendation for DANESSA MYRICKS for the overall year anyway, because we will get into holiday releases where she will come up again, and that would be the Yummy Skin Concealer, which has launched this year. This is one of the best concealers I've got in my collection to work underneath mature eyes, dry eyes, finicky eyes. I've got a very finicky area here, and I find when I use that concealer, it's never once caused me problems. There is no creasing, no caking, there's great longevity. It's given me nearly full coverage. It's like a serum, very comfortable. I can use it all over the face as well. It works on top of all sorts of different products. So highly recommend that, but I also recommend so much from DANESSA. I don't think there's a product in her collection I don't like. I love the blushes, I love the eyeshadows, I love the liquid eyeshadows. I love so much from DANESSA MYRICKS. So if there's anything on your list, I thoroughly recommend just searching DANESSA MYRICKS on Sephora, seeing if there's something you've really wanted. I'm happy for any of you to message me anytime about things that you're thinking about, and I'll let you know my thoughts on them. So if that's helpful, please do find me on Instagram to direct message me. I'm on Instagram, han.beauty101, but highly recommend doing that. And then the Kayali perfumes from Huda. I collect these pretty much. There's not many of them I don't love. I've just noticed that the wedding one has come back. I don't know if that's going to be available on Sephora though. I just thought I'd quickly say that because that's a stunning perfume. It's just back in stock. You might need to go to Huda for that one though. But I love Kayali, and I love the travel set they came out with this year, the 4 little mini bottles. I took them on 2 of my holidays, absolutely loved them. So definitely look up Kayali if they're on your wish list. They're on both Sephora websites, and this is the best time to get a really good deal on those. And the Gucci highlighters. I've really enjoyed the Gucci highlighters. I wouldn't say they're my top highlighter, but I have really enjoyed them. They are a lovely formula. Again, search up Gucci. There's a number of things. I love all of their blushes. All of their blush products have worked so beautifully on me. When I say blush products, I mean the powder blushes. So powder blushes, the Gucci concealer is worth looking at, and the Gucci highlighters, the new highlighters. So these are just a couple of ideas here, but these are just something coming to the top of my head. Another one is Tom Ford eyeshadow quads. Now, I've been somebody who doesn't try Tom Ford much, but I've recently tried a couple I've absolutely loved, and the reason I've held off on Tom Ford quads is because they cost so much money. So this is another really good time to find a discount. So if you want 20% off a Tom Ford, that is quite a significant saving when you're looking at a £70+ dollars quad. So definitely worth it if there's some on your wish list. You might not find the absolute latest, but if there's some that you've wanted to try, this is a good time to try it. And I would also recommend Hourglass face palettes, any of them pretty much, because you will not find a formula in an Hourglass palette that isn't great. So if there's a skin match for you colour-wise in any of the palettes, even though I would probably be recommending this year's above any of them, I will be talking about that now in my Christmas releases, but any Hourglass, if it's the ones with just 4 in, the face palettes. But then you might have other Hourglass products on your wish list, but definitely worth checking out the Hourglass. Rare Beauty, do you want to try one of the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, the new powder glowy blushes? Lots of things from Rare Beauty really. I mean, I've got a bigger Rare Beauty collection and I love their highlighter. I liked the glowy blush, but it wasn't massively mature skin friendly for me. But I like the highlighter, I like the liquid blush, and I love their lip oils as well. So couple of things, they've got a nice setting spray, so definitely worth checking out Rare Beauty. Again, I would search it up. Makeup by Mario, well, the Ethereal palette, which is just launched, if you can still get that on Sephora, and it was available, I've got it written down here, yeah, it was available on both sites. I love the new cool Ethereal Eyes, the Moonlight one. So if you can get that for 20% off, that's an absolute bargain, and that one has just come out. Again, that's reviewed here on my channel if you did want to see a review of that. And there's also the Neutral Mattes that came out in January. That's been my most used palette of the whole year. I use it all the time as a sort of base, as something I add to other looks. I like to use the lighter shades for things like Inner Corner. If you follow my channel, you know I use that a lot. But any of the eye palettes from Mario, but also Mario's come out with a fantastic setting powder. It's actually become one of my favourites when I'm trying to test out things other than Givenchy after the Prisme Libre one was changed formula wise. So and also the Mario setting spray, really good. So definitely worth checking out anything from Makeup by Mario, to be honest with you, but they were my top recommendations. And Westman Atelier, I'm afraid this is only on the US Sephora, but the concealer from Westman Atelier is very pricey, but is probably the best concealer in my collection. I love this. This one works so well, it really does. It never has caked, it is never argued with anything I've used. It gives exceptional coverage, it's got longevity, it's hydrating, it's super easy to blend out. There's nothing I can say about it other than the fact the shade range is minimal, which is a bit annoying. but hopefully there'll be more to come. But if you want to get it now and you've been put off by the price, go on the US Sephora sale and pick one up. Highly recommend doing that. And then the last thing I've recommended is Colour Wow products, because these are my most used hair care products. The Dream Coat Spray, I'll just show you it actually. They're literally behind me because I use them every single time I wash my hair. The Dream Coat Spray, a few sprays of this all over the hair before drying. It activates with heat and this gives you phenomenal shine, but most of all it locks out frizz. It gives you really sleek hair, and even if you get your hair wet, the wetness sort of bounces off. So even if you get caught in the rain and you've got frizzy hair, this can really help. I'm not saying you won't get any frizz, it's not that clever, but it is the best product I've ever tried. This is about my 4th or 5th bottle. I repurchase this all the time. So when you can get this on offer, I always look out for it when it's on offer. Highly recommend this, and this is on both Sephora sites. And a new one I've just started to try from Colour Wow is called the Mini Mist. So this is a sort of conditioning, leave-in conditioner, glossy looking hair, it's described as. So I put this on, a little bit of this as well, and my hair has been softer and shinier. So the combination of these two is the most winning hair combination I've ever tried. So absolutely recommend these if you can pick these up. I mean, I think it's probably worth my while picking up 2 or 3 of each whilst I can get the discount, because I know I'll be using them all year next year. So that is the end of my list. We'll move quickly now into the Christmas collections, because otherwise this video will be too long-winded, but I could probably go on and on and on and on about how many things I would recommend from the Sephora sale, and this could be a 3-4 day video because there's so many things. It's always worth it when you get these discounts. So I'm delighted we've got it in the UK, but please remember it starts this Friday and it finishes Sunday, and I don't know when we're getting the next one. I do get information in advance, so if I get to hear in advance I will always let you know, but quickly, act quickly in case there's not another one before Christmas. Also a great time to pick up presents, isn't it? So anyway, let's get into the Christmas collections. So I've tried to sort of rank these now in order of my favourite, and I'm actually wearing the ones that have come first. So if at any point you can guess which one I'm wearing, I would love it very much if you paused and wrote in the comment section which one I'm wearing. I've sort of mixed together things I love that don't necessarily work brilliantly together, if I'm honest, but I've done it anyway, so it is what it is. But they're my favourites and I wanted to put them on, so I have. So let's start with my favourite face palette. There's only been one during the Christmas releases that I've got, and that is the Hourglass face palettes. So these are obviously my favourite because they're the only one, but I would highly recommend them because they are the best ones I've ever tried from Hourglass. I think they are the best colour stories, and for me it's been the Dragon. The Dragon is the most used face palette I think I've ever had. I literally got this and it didn't leave my desk. I used it pretty much daily, and then I went on holiday and I took this and I pretty much used nothing other than this every day for my eyes and my cheeks. I used a combination of this and this in the eyes, or this and this in the eyes. Sorry, that's completely wrong. The peachy coral with the highlight, or the pink with the highlight. So I alternated between a sort of peachy eye and a pink eye. Then you've got the 2 finishing powders and the bronzer. I'm wearing the bronzer today so you can get an idea of the sort of colour. You can see it on my forehead. The highlighter is perfect for my skin tone. These blushes, I alternate between the two, but you could mix them, but I wouldn't really do that. The finishing powders, some people didn't like the fact that there's 2, but with this one being a little bit less light, I like to use this one with the peach and this one with the pink, and I think that works really nicely. And this one as well could also be used under the brow, even though it's a finishing powder. It's not a bad sort of shade for that. It will give you that pop of brightness. So this one is such an all-rounder for me, and I think that when you think how much just an individual one of these costs from Hourglass, this is a good price at 80. I think it is a good price, but when you can get it reduced in the sale, which it is on both Sephora sites, whether they're still in stock, I'm not sure though. I think just look, because if you can get these reduced, then you really are getting a bargain, because I think they're a bargain generally. So the Lotus is probably the one I've used the least. If you saw my review of this, there was an actual pan missing, so this one is now untouched because Hourglass did send me another one. This one is gorgeous, but not for my skin tone, but it's great news if you've got a deeper skin tone, because this is probably the best palette they've come out with for deeper skin tones. So highly recommend that. And then the Evil Eye is my second favourite. I think that the colours in this work in exactly the same way as the other one for me, so I can definitely use these two. No, which ones would I have used? These two, sorry, and these two in the eyes. And then bronzer, highlight, finishing powder. I really do like this one very much, but it's a little bit deep on me, so I need to go lightly, but it still works on my skin tone, so it's nice having both. But if you've got a slightly darker skin tone, to me, Evil Eye is a good shout. But if you can find any of those three in the sales, definitely recommend getting those. But I've loved these, and I do recommend them from the Christmas releases because I think it is the best selection they've ever come out with. I really do. So now I'm going through cheek products, and I'm going to go through in order of the least liked to the most liked. So I'll finish with my favourites. So let me just say very clearly, there's nothing here that I don't like. They're just in order of preference. So my bottom, but still very beautiful, is this one from By Terry. So this is the highlighter from By Terry. And the reason this is bottom is I don't think it's a highlighter, I think it's a glowy blush, certainly on my skin tone. If you've got a deeper skin tone, it is a highlighter. So for me, it just didn't work for that reason, but it's beautiful as a glowy blush. But that one is at the bottom of my ranking. And then we have Natasha Denona's Rose Cheek Duo, and the simple reason for this one not coming top is because this has been out for a long time, so this was just re-released with the Christmas collections in those sort of stocking things you can hang on the tree. So I absolutely love this combination from Natasha Denona. It is stunning, but it's not going to be ranked high for me because I already have it in my collection and it's not particularly new. And I do actually have the two Gucci highlighters here, but I've got a feeling these didn't launch for Christmas, so I'm not sure why I've added these. I think these should probably be reviewed in my end of month review, to be honest. But anyway, as soon as they're here, I will show them to you. And this is where they rank in this list anyway. So the two ones I got, and again, these are in the Sephora sale, so definitely worth picking them up. I picked up the pink one, which is called Frosted Lilac. That's my favourite. And then we have Opal Pink. There's the Frosted Lilac and there's the Opal Pink. These apply really beautifully. They really do. They are a stunning, silky smooth formula. I really do like these very much. But there's been some really stunning highlight products, and that's why they're quite low down in my particular order. So I am mixing blush and highlights because there haven't been a huge number in the Christmas releases. So my next one is from Vive. This is Vive Sunset Blush Balm. This launched with the Vive collection, Christmas collection. And the only reason this isn't placing quite as high as my favourite blushes is because of the colour for me is a little bit too red, even though I quite liked it when I saw the video of me trying this on. But it is a little bit too deep for me. I'll just show you it there. So if you like a more deep red, this is a beautiful formula. You cannot go wrong with Vive. Absolutely love Vive, but it's ranked there just because there's some colours I prefer. So next up we have the DIOR Backstage highlighter. It's crazy that this is how good things are, that this is placing sort of in the middle. So this one is 006 Celestial Glow, and these are absolutely stunning. They really are. I love these collections. They are absolutely gorgeous. They give an incredible shine. The pinky ones can actually be used, and the peachy one here in the middle can be used as sort of glowy blush. I would put something underneath as well, but they are a lovely, lovely colour story. Definitely very good for the winter, and one that I'll definitely be keeping on my desk to use as sort of winter highlights or toppers if I'm going for the pink. So this is absolutely beautiful. I would highly recommend getting this one, and I do believe this one is in the Sephora sale, so that would be a really good one to pick up along with the foundation stick and contour stick and foundation stick from DIOR. So next up, I'm looking at it now thinking, do you really come third, fourth? But anyway, let's go with it. This is Clé de Peau. So the Clé de Peau Holiday collection, and this is the highlight. Absolutely beautiful. So the one I picked up, this one is 107 Magical Lights. So this is probably my favourite. Well, I say it's probably my favourite. I've only got one other Clé de Peau highlight, but this is my favourite of the two. This is absolutely gorgeous. I do think this, I thought this would place top in my highlighters, but we've just had some very magical highlighters come with the Christmas collection. But I do think this is a close tie for another highlighter, because there's only one other highlighter here in my list. So it's almost tying top with that. So the top highlighter for me from the Christmas releases, and can I just say the Hermes highlighter is not included in this because I'm not sure if that's really a Christmas release, so that's going to be in my October-November review. If it was included, it would be top actually. But my top is the one from Chanel. This is the Diamond Dust from Chanel. Now this is a massive, massive one. This has nearly 15 grams, I believe. Yeah, 15 grams. So it's a lifetime supply of highlighter, but I love the sort of pink, almost peachy shift you get in this, mostly pink. A lot of people have said about the sort of cast that you get from this, and that is because there's some sort of spray on the top. But can you see from the times I've used it, the spray is completely gone, apart from the very, very outer edges. So you're not getting this gold glittery stuff that a lot of people thought was going to happen every time you use it. It was just that very initial spray. So you're not getting that with this highlighter. You're getting this gorgeous pinky shift. And this is what I've actually got on my face today. This is absolutely beautiful. I love it on my mature skin still. I do like a bit of glitter, but I don't think it's too glittery. I really don't. And I love the pop of pink it gives me. I think it's the best pinky blush I've got in my collection. It's my new favourite from Chanel. I absolutely adore it, so I highly recommend this one. So I'm carrying on with the face products, but now we're on to, now the next three are blushes. So I've only got two left to show you. These are just going in order of my favourites to use. I know I probably should have separated blush and highlight, but I put all the cheap products together because I did, because there's so many products. Anyway, this one is from MAC. Now this one I've only just reviewed very recently on my channel. They've launched 3 different shades of this cream blush coming in this Christmas packaging. Very reasonably priced as well, this one. And this one is the coveted Coral. Now this went on my skin beautifully, blended out very nicely, and it also went underneath powder on top of creams well, which it should, but it also went beautifully on top of powder. And this is one of the most gorgeous shades you'll find for autumn/winter. Look at that colour. It is absolutely stunning. I don't think there's a nicer shade for my cheeks for this time of year than this. It's giving you a bit of a glow. It's described as a metallic finish, but it's not that metallic-y. Don't be put off by that. It's just glowy and glorious. And if you do powder and then put it on top of powder, you'll get that colour locked in. Absolutely recommend this. I think it is stunning and so suitable. I've done a shorts video if you want to see a quick look using this, but I've also done a full review of the 3 products I picked up from MAC. So that is my second favourite blush that I've tried from the Christmas releases. But my number 1 blush that I'm wearing today, oh wait a minute, honestly too many products here. My other second, this one is actually third, so I'm doing this wrong. Sorry, I've just got so many products in front of me, I'm getting confused. How could I forget this? The Chanel face palette. This came before the MAC for me, so MAC beats this because I just adore this MAC shade. But I have loved this one as well, and I've worn this as well. I'd say as much as MAC. I've only just got MAC, so I've worn this a lot, but I think I'll wear them sort of equally. And what I love to do with this is I like to put this one on the sort of lower part of my cheek, and then I put the pink at the top there. Here are the two together. Obviously I've still got that MAC one there, but these two together, I love them. They can be applied lightly and they work really well even on my fair skin. As long as I use a big fluffy brush to do it, I really love these two together. I don't use the purple if I'm honest, but I have used it on the very top and did a sort of ombre of the 3, and I did actually like that look. So I think if I was doing a sort of slightly purple eye, I would probably add this because it's nowhere near as overwhelming as it might seem. I'll just pop a bit here. You see, it's not that pigmented at all. That's just the first swipe there, but you can get away with this purple without thinking it's overly daunting. It looks really dark in the pan. Now this is an eye and cheek palette, but the silver one is a topper in my opinion. It's the only way I would use this. I would never want to use this on my cheeks because it is definitely way too shiny. I also wouldn't use it in the inner corner or under the brow because it's just too much. It's too reflective and too shiny. But what is beautiful is if you put these on the eyes and you put that across the top. Just be careful how much you put. You will get fallout with this. So it is a definite favourite from the holiday collection, but blush wise we have the MAC one beating it for me in my opinion, and my number one beating it, which I'll now show you, and that's what I'm wearing today. So if you've guessed, well done. My number one is the Gucci blushes. Now last year my favourite blush of the whole year was a Gucci blush, so it's no surprise to me that they've launched 2 new shades for Christmas and they are my favourite Christmas blush. Unfortunately, from a paying point of view, from a cost point of view, these are my favourite if they're used together. So we have this intense ruby, which is sort of like a watermelon shade, and we have this soft peach. So the soft peach on its own, on my skin tone built up, still looks very pretty, and I think that one will be really nice in summer. So that's what I've got here on my lower cheek, and then on the upper part of my cheek I've got the ruby. So if I just show you these, they are nowhere near as bright as you might think. You can build them up. So look at ruby there. They are very pale and they can be built up. They are buildable. You can see I've got plenty of blush there, but I haven't built it up as much as I could. This could go up more and more and more. If I build it up on my hand, you can see what I mean. You can really start to build up that ruby colour, but I do love mixing the two together. I think they work beautifully. So I've got the ruby just above there on the higher point of the cheek, and I love this combination. It's a combination I've worn so much since getting both of these. So these are my favourites. Not everyone's a fan of this packaging. I've just got my dirty fingerprint there. I love this packaging, I really do. I love it in the other four, is it with the pink, is it? I can't even remember. They're over there. I won't grab them now. But anyway, all of the Gucci blushes come in this packaging. They're just different colours. So they've changed the colours and put stars on for Christmas, which I happen to like. But that's up to you whether you like it or not. But I recommend this formula, absolutely. They are always so easy to blend out on the cheeks. Really, really quick and easy, and always look beautiful all day. And they really do last. I love them. So now we're on to eyeshadows. And this is definitely the heaviest out of everything. I've got a huge amount of eyeshadow in front of me now. I think this year, for somebody who loves eyeshadow, it's been quite disappointing. We haven't had many eyeshadows. I know it's less popular and brands have just not been producing as many, but at Christmas they just seem to have come out with a ton of them, which has delighted me, but I haven't really been able to go back in and try them very much, which is something I'm really looking forward to now that the holiday releases are calming down. So I've built up quite a wonderful collection here, reviewing them for you. And I don't think I've got fails again. There aren't fails here. They are just literally ranked in my preference order. So everything is a winner here. So my very first one I'll show you is from Beauty Bay, and this is Celestial Charms. And probably the only reason, I don't know, I can't say why it's last. I absolutely adore it. All I can tell you is that I just slightly prefer the others. There isn't a reason this is bottom in a negative way at all. I think the formula from Beauty Bay and the price is incredible. £16 for all of these, and the shimmers in this are just so good. Let me just quickly show you 3 of them. There we are, just quickly swatched on the back of my hand. Look at the quality of those shimmers. You can get phenomenal looks, you can get so many looks, you can get liner shades, inner corner shades, you can get, they've got the mattes work, even the purple blends out well. So definitely worth checking out Beauty Bay for more affordable. I tend to only buy luxury, but when it comes to eyeshadow, I always try the limited edition ones from Beauty Bay because they are winners, they really are. So definitely worth checking that out. It won't be around for long, and they won't have another one out for a few months. And I also picked up the mini charms from Beauty Bay. This is an all shimmer palette. The only criticism I'd have with this is there's a little bit too much fallout with the middle shade in particular, but on the whole this is stunning. And I think I paid £10 for this, and they are absolutely stunning. Again, just showing you the top row there. Look at those. can't go wrong really, you really can't. So if you're sort of dabbling with colour and you're not that confident, but you don't want to spend a fortune on Pat McGrath or DANESSA MYRICKS, I would definitely go for these and give it a try, because these are beautiful, very easy to use, very affordable. Highly recommend them. Lovely, really they are. And the next one is the Pat McGrath release. Now, I wasn't maybe as over the moon with the Pat McGrath release as I was with others, that's for sure. And a lot of that had to do with fallout, and I don't know, I just wasn't wowed by it. It's very hard for me to put my finger on it, because the formulas in this, they're all made in Italy, which is fantastic news. This is a lovely colour story. It comes with neutrals as well, so you can create some quite neutral looks. You could just go for one colour. It's a great one for if you're happy to try colour but you don't want to go mad and you're less brave with colour. This is a sort of in-between, I'd say. So I do like them, but this one's my favourite colour here. This one and probably this one, the lilac. So this is a sort of minty blue and the lilac. And I'll just show you those two because they are absolutely stunning. Look at them. I'm not massively disappointed, but I'm just not wowed, and that's all I can say about that. But if you are a Pat McGrath fan, this mega palette, which I think was around the £80 mark. Sorry, I'm not converting into dollars. I'm useless at trying to work that all out. But I think they're both available, or is it just with Sephora US? Let me think. Yeah, it is Sephora US only, I'm afraid, but you can pick that up in the sale, and I think it's the only thing from the holiday collection on the Sephora website. So if you're in the US, you can definitely get those. And in the same position for the ranking is the 5 pan, the Quint. This one is Starfall Seduction. And whilst I really like this, especially this colour here for a liner, I'm not a massive purple fan, but I did think the formulas were very, very good, and the matte was very, very easy to blend. It's got this pink matte, which I've just swatched here. So that's one swatch of the matte, and look how that's swatched for a matte. That is very good, isn't it? And then this deep shade here, this one, look how glorious that is. So I can't knock the formula. I just probably, it's the colour story for me. But if you like those sort of colours, absolutely recommend them. But you do need to get these from Pat. But Pat does have 30% sales, which are actually better than Sephora. So if these are still around, they are limited edition. And that usually does mean limited edition, but they may still be there for the 30% sale, so you may get lucky, because as far as I know, they're all still in stock. Sorry I'm doing this all the time. I'm trying to clean off my hands as I rabbit away here, going through all of these different releases. So the other one in the same position in the ranking for me, the three of them all come together, is this one. I love these two colours, but I really didn't like the fallout and the chunkiness of this one. Even now it's looking quite bitty on my fingers, and especially the gold. I found that the gold was quite bad for fallout. It's just a little bit too chunky. I think it's an absolutely gorgeous colour story, and if you know me, you know I love greens, but I didn't like the fact that it was a bit chunky and left my face looking too glittery. So that's why that's placed where it is. Colour story wise, it would have come right up towards the front, but for that reason it hasn't. So next in my list, and I'm not just putting brands in orders, I'm mixing up some of their things. So you will see another Pat McGrath in this. I'm not actually giving these numbers because I haven't worked out how many is even here, to be honest with you. But anyway, the next in my ranking is this one from DIOR. And again, for me, this is about the colour story. This isn't just my taste though. I don't think this is a very well matched colour story in my opinion. So this is from the Christmas collection. This is Golden Masquerade. So this came with these gold cases from DIOR. And the reason I'm not such a fan of this is I just didn't think that this sort of pinky peach, I've lost my, there we go. I didn't think this pinky peach here worked very well. It just, I think a neutral, like a beige or a taupe or a grey would have worked much better. I just didn't think, I didn't see what it was doing in there, to be honest with you. There's the three together there. And it's a lovely shade this, it really is, but I just don't think it goes with this sort of wintry theme. So if they removed that, I might like it more. But I also prefer silver rather than gold with these colours as well. I'm not that keen on mixing the gold with the mauve. But again, that is personal taste. You might really like it. That's the gold there next to the mauve. It's not really showing up much. Classic Dior, very subtle pigment. But yeah, I just don't think I'll be reaching for that one again, to be honest. So that one was a bit of a disappointment for me. But it's not a fail. Like I said, these aren't fails. If you love these colours, I'm not going to knock Dior packaging or formula if you like that sort of very less intense pigment. So next up is this one from Gucci. So this eyeshadow palette comes with a very cheap packaging, I think. I don't love the packaging. I like the look of it as in the pattern. I just don't like the fact that it's very cheap, lightweight plastic, considering this is quite pricey. It's around the 45 mark as far as I can remember. But I did like the colour story of this. I did think that it blended out nicely. So it's not a bad mix. It's just an average sort of palette for me. I did think it looked very nice when I tried it on with the two new Gucci blushes, and I tried it with the lipstick I got from the collection, and I thought together it made the whole collection look really beautiful. But this isn't really a colour story that's perfect. Again, this sort of peachy, I don't know why they're doing that. I don't think it works that well. But it looked okay, but I felt like I was doing a summer look and then a winter look and then like sort of mashing them together. So that's why that's not so high up in the rankings, but it is very nice. I can't say I don't like it, and I probably would use that one again. So next up would be this one from Dior, and we're now getting into the I love everything, so I can't really tell you why it's bottom of the rank, or in the middle now. We're sort of in the middle, or maybe a quarter of the way through. I can't really say why other than my preference. The formulas in this all work together beautifully. This gives you an inner corner, this gives you a liner shade. They really are super easy to blend. I love the sort of silver in this, and I think some of these colours work together very, very nicely. I'll just show you very quickly. That gives you an idea there of 4 colours that work together absolutely beautifully from this. So the mattes blend out very nicely. They all work together lovely. So if you do like this sort of colour story, absolutely. I do like the Backstage ones generally, and I think this is a very, very nice one. You can create 3 or 4 different looks with this. But for me, this is more of an everyday. So if you're looking for something a little bit pretty and special for more everyday wear, in my opinion, I would get this one. Whereas the Dior one I showed you with the gold packaging, I'd say that's more of a Christmas party look. The next one is this one from Natasha Denona, and this is really coming here because I've just got this in my collection so many times. But this is the Baby I Need a Nude kit. So this launched with her holiday releases, and it also launched with this brand new shade of eyeliner. This is a brown, is it saying here what it's called? This is a taupe eyeliner. So together this look is a perfect everyday look, but you can ramp up with the sparkle to make it a bit more special. I love the I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette anyway. It's one of my absolute favourites. Do you know what? I don't think I mentioned this when I said about the Sephora UK and US sale, but the Natasha Denona midi palettes, the quints, and this collection, this gift set here, are all on the Sephora website. And I think even the new one that's just come out, the Roxa, is on the Sephora website. So that's a definite must if you want to pick up Natasha Denona, because she does do sales. She does do 20% off sometimes, but not always off the newest stuff. So if you wanted Roxa, I Need a Warm, the Golden Palette, I Need a Nude, I absolutely love those. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. So anyway, this one and lots of her palettes are in the Sephora sales for both UK and US, so highly recommend getting those and getting this one. This is a perfect present to give someone. I don't think this would be a fail on anyone. Perfect combination. I have reviewed this actual set on my site, on my channel here, if you wanted to see that. But yeah, this is ranking where it is basically because it's been done a million times, hasn't it? Next is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Beautyverse. Well, for packaging, this has got to be up there with one of the best, with these lovely gemstones. The colour story for me, not so much. This is way too pink and red for me. I'm just not a fan of this colour story. But these mattes are probably some of the best formulas you'll ever find anywhere. They are so creamy and blendable and perfect. You will blend these together in your eyes in a flash. If you like this colour story, I would get this immediately. It is beautiful, but I just don't. I don't like these colours. But I did quite like this one here. I think I used this one as my sort of depth colour, and then this one as a liner. So there's those three there. So if you like these colours, highly recommend. You will not find better mattes. The shimmers are lovely, but they're not Natasha Denona or sort of DANESSA MYRICKS level, but they are very nice. So again, this is a matter of taste, and for me that's why it's ranking where it is. So next I got one of the MAC eyeshadow pens. I picked this one up in green. I can't remember the name of this now. It's something like Flirty Martini, I think it was called. Anyway, I've just tested this out here on my channel so you can see me using this one. I think this is one of the most easy eyeshadow pens I've used. Just done a quick scribble of that there, but look at that, it is absolutely gorgeous. This gives you a one and done. You can line your eye, do a full eye. You don't need to use anything else at all. So this is beautiful formula. The packaging is pretty, the Christmassy packaging. The prices on these are very good. There's two other shades in this collection. One's more of a pinky colour and one's more of a sort of light taupey colour. They're both metallic and shiny, gorgeous. So that's probably where it is, simply because it's just one shade, and I feel like I have to talk about more mixed colours, but that is well up there with one of the best things I've tried. And my next one is from Byredo. So beautiful packaging. This is called the Transcendent palette. This is a quint. Now this one I was a little bit worried about when I did try this, because I thought it's going to be a little bit too dark, and it is dark, but I did quite like the sort of gothic vibes this was giving me. Look at these formulas. I mean, absolutely sensational. So it is dark, but look how you can brighten it up with these. And here are the other two shades. I actually loved this when I tried this on. So again, you can find this on my channel. It's actually unavailable everywhere. It's sold out in a flash, I'm afraid, but I know they'll restock. They always do. So I'm recommending it to you if you like these colours. The formula on them is just phenomenal. Look at them. Wow. I do think they need to be matched with a very sort of specific look and a sort of specific outfit. I remember saying at the time, I feel like I almost need to buy a plum and gold dress or top to match, because the eyeshadow look is so beautiful. I want an outfit to match with it. That's how much that impressed me. I do love Byredo from what I've tried from them so far, so that was a big hit. And another massive hit for me is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are available on the Sephora US site for sure. I don't think they're available yet on the UK. They will be at some point, but I don't know if they'll be there in time for our sale, I'm afraid. But these, I love Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've created looks with both of these. I've done a full review, and I've also done shorts videos. You'll see a shorts video of me trying on the Spice. This created one of the prettiest looks I've done, I think, over the whole period. I absolutely loved it. This one here is crumbly. That's my only problem. It's very chunky and very crumbly. Look at that. That was my only slight problem. At the same time, just look at some of the shades in this. You cannot go wrong with Anastasia Beverly Hills. You absolutely can't. I collect just about every eyeshadow she ever releases. I love specifically the shimmers, the metallics, the shimmers, all of them. I love them. They are so impactful. You don't need to have many on the lid. You can pretty much pick one of them, a bit like with Natasha Denona. So you've got the mattes quite easily blending, maybe not quite as perfect as Natasha Denona, if I'm being honest, but not far off, and they are easy to blend. And then you've got these shimmers. They are absolutely stunning. But my favourite of the two is the Sugar. I know this one is sold out just about everywhere, so I'm hoping they'll bring this one back. I don't know if it's on the Sephora US site at the moment. I'm not sure. But this one, oh, I love this one. I absolutely love it. If I just show you that middle row, I mean, look at that. If you like these sort of mermaid vibes, this is gorgeous. This for me is an absolute must. If you like these colours, you have to get this eyeshadow palette, honestly. You'll regret it if you don't, in my opinion. I just think it is gorgeous. And look at these two. So we have that sort of lilac and then sort of plum. They are absolutely sensational. what can I say? I love it. I just love it. The only thing I'm sad about is that Anastasia hasn't released one of her larger eyeshadow palettes, so I don't know if they're now becoming a thing of the past. I'm really sad about the lack of interest in eyeshadow palettes, because you can probably tell from this video just how much I'm obsessed with eyeshadow. Sorry for the voiceover here, just adding this in. This should have now come next and I completely forgot. This is the Pat McGrath Dawn Divinity from the holiday collection. This is the other quint, and this one I absolutely adored. I thought the formulas were spot on this. It is a very familiar colour story, but the combination of these colours gave me, I think, probably the best autumn look, if not the second best, because I do actually love the Hermes quad as well. But this was glorious, and this is one I keep wanting to try again. I'm dying to find time to try it again. It is absolutely beautiful. If you look back to my review of this entire collection, you will see me trying this on, but honestly, if you pick up anything from this collection, I would advise picking this one up if you don't have these sorts of colours, which you probably do. But if you want to treat yourself to something special from Pat McGrath, even though these colours are not particularly exciting maybe, the finish is exciting. This is a beautiful quint. So we've now reached the sort of very top section of my absolute favourites, and the first one is from Givenchy. This is the 9 pan, which has just been launched for Christmas. Look at this colour story, isn't it absolutely stunning? It seems like silver and blue are very much in fashion this Christmas, which is something I'm very, very pleased about because I love this combination. But with this palette, you are getting autumn everyday neutrals, and they'll cover you for winter as well. But you're also getting these fabulous shimmers. Look at them. So you can create several looks with this. You've got an inner corner in the middle, and this one as well. You've got this for your liner. You could even use the blue as a liner, and you've got for your overall lid sort of shimmer. So many combinations, autumn combinations. These two together, gorgeous. And obviously the blue and the silver, gorgeous. You just can't go wrong with this. You cannot go wrong with it. It is absolutely glorious. I love it. I love it. And the formula is perfect. Super, super easy to work with. The only sort of true matte is this one. But even the ones that are shimmery finish, they work well in all areas. You can use them in the crease. You just can't go wrong with this. It is one of my all-time favourites from the holiday collection. Very close to being towards the top. Like I said, we're now in the very sort of top rankings here. It's hard to give one over the other, but this is one of the top ones. And then one of the next top ones is the other one from DIOR. So this is the one with the gold packaging, but this one I really do love. And this is the colour story. So this is number 863. This one was called Soir de Bal. Now this is a colour story that for me really, really does work. And I'm not a massive fan of pinks, but I think this one in particular is a shade that works well for me, and it works so nicely. Just touching it now, it's so soft and smooth, but it works so nicely together with silver. So here is that colour story. How beautiful is that? I just think they work really nicely. It's a very classy, elegant look, super easy to put together. You could use just a few of the sort of lighter shades and skip the silver if you're going for an everyday, so you can get an everyday look. You could skip the pink and just go with the brown and use the dark as the liner. You can do a number of things with this, or you can go in with nearly every shade and pack in this silver and go party vibe, and you've got everything there. So this is a beautiful, beautiful colour story, and definitely my favourite from DIOR. And the other one, which I think is almost tying with it, but it does slightly beat it for me, for the party look, is this one from YSL. Got to be up there with one of the best packaging. This is absolutely glorious packaging, and the YSL eyeshadow palettes quads are one of the best formulas out there. They're probably the most buttery, beautiful to apply. But look at this colour story for Christmas. As you can see, the embossing, that it's not really embossing, it's more of a sort of spray pattern, I think. But this, I mean, this gives party more than just about anything in this entire review. This really does. So this is very much a party look. Look at that. I mean, that is just glorious, isn't it? I can't see anybody not liking this, unless you hate gold, I suppose. If you really hate gold, I suppose you do have to. I have seen comments saying they don't like gold. So if you don't like gold, okay, you won't like this. But look at those colours. Look at those finishes. Love it. Excellent release from YSL. Not particularly imaginative because they have released palettes quite similar and this has been done a million times before, but if you want to treat yourself to something with beautiful packaging, beautiful formulas, lovely party look, that's the one to go for. And that one pretty much ties exactly with the one from Vive, which I've only just recently reviewed here on my channel. Vive, not everyone's heard of Vive, but Vive is actually a British brand from a lady who's actually on YouTube, started out on YouTube, so it's well worth looking into the history behind Vive, because Genevieve, I think her name is, she's a lovely, lovely lady, and she launched a fabulous makeup brand which is so successful. But these are Italian formulas, the high quality that you get from the Natasha Denonas, but without the price tag. It's not cheap, but it's much more of a reasonable price. But look at these, this is just first swatch. I'm not going back in for a second dip. First swatch of these, and look at that. That is an absolutely beautiful formula. It's a little bit darker than the YSL, but a little bit different as well, because you've got this sort of shade here, which is definitely different. So I might put the two of them up together actually, in case you wanted to see them together. So you're getting slightly more bright shades with the YSL, but I think they are quite a close match in the sort of look you're getting. You're getting a bit more product in the Vive, and you're paying a lot less money. So highly recommend them. In fact, this is just launched on Space NK. I did put a link out for that today. I don't think it's in this video, unless I have room to put another link in. But you can go on the Vive website and order direct from Vive, but I believe they launched on Space NK here in the UK as well. So another big hit for me from Vive. And next, it's getting really hard to say which order, but we're getting close to the one I'm wearing, so I'd love to know if you've guessed it. But the next one is the Clé de Peau. Now when it comes to packaging, they have won for me. They have won the packaging because they are absolutely beautiful. So we saw the highlighter, which I've already told you is going to go into my regular use highlight because it tied pretty much with the Chanel Glorious. But this colour story, it's not particularly pigmented, but it's absolutely beautiful. I loved this, I really, really did. And this green can be built up into something quite strong. So here it is on the back of my hand. It's more of a subtle sort of elegant look, which is the sort of Clé de Peau style from what I've been told. I haven't got much at all in the Clé de Peau collections yet, but I love this and I think I'm going to become a pure Clé de Peau addict after trying this. I just think that they are very much like YSL in sort of buttery soft nature. Very, very, very easy to work into the eyes. You can produce a look super quickly. I just think these colours are fantastic. Love them. I do love a green. If you know me, you already know I don't shut up about greens, but I love this one. Gorgeous palette. One of the highlights definitely from all of the Christmas releases. So I really struggled with my favourite. I've actually got two, which I'm going to say tie. So I've only put one on my face because it's probably the one I want to play with the most, but I probably like them both the same. But anyway, the one I'm not wearing is this one from Lancôme. So firstly, I love the Lancôme Christmas release packaging. All their lipsticks are in this sort of packaging, and so is their gloss, which I'll be showing you soon. But the packaging is stunning. So we've got the Paris Night Sky is the theme, and they've got sort of jewels embedded into the packaging. But then look inside. Look at this absolutely beautiful, beautiful colour story. These are all sort of shimmers, and they are all stunning. And I've tried this with no mattes. Oh, I'm just seeing them swatched on my hand, honestly. They are stunning. When I see the formula, again, it just wows me straight away. It really, really does. So here it is. Look at that. Look at that blue. That blue is a liner, as an all-over shade mixed with the silver. There are lots of possibilities with this. Every single one in here can be a one and done, which is music to the ears of lots of you, I know. You could just put a bronzer in the crease. Sorry, my dogs are being naughty again. And you could put any of these all over the lid. Probably this one, maybe not so much. I would mix with one. But this is a perfect inner corner under the brow shade. You can line with this one. Not so much that, it's too light for lining in my opinion, but I do love to line with a blue. This one just gave me pure joy from the moment I opened it. I love the packaging, I love the embossing, I love the colours, I love the finish, I love the colour story. I just think it is sensational. And this is designed by Lisa Eldridge, or yeah, it was designed by her, wasn't it? Not just inspired by her. So of course that's why it's so wonderful. But this is tied for my top recommendation for Christmas. But obviously again, that's down to your preference with colours, and you can probably see that that's definitely not the colours I've got on today. Now this isn't my favourite colours necessarily on my face. These are the ones I chose to wear today from the palette, probably of the year, certainly from the Christmas releases for me, and that is DANESSA MYRICKS, this incredible Lightwork 6 palette. I've gone into much more detail with a full review of this, but this here is the mirror, which can be taken out separately and can be used as a lid over all three of these incredible shades inside, which can all be removed or stacked together. You can put all three on top of each other, or just two, or just take the one, put the mirror on top, and you've got that really slim sort of compact. It's actually magnetic underneath. You can take these out and put other pans inside. It's such a flexible, incredible design. But most importantly, this formula is the best formula in the entire universe as far as I'm concerned. There are a number of new formulas actually created by DANESSA for this release, and every single one of these is a knockout. What I've got on my eyes today is from this one, probably my favourite, even though I do love this one as well. The pinks are my least favourite, but I still love it. For someone who doesn't like pinks, I still love these. But this is what I've got on today. I've got the green over most of the lid here, and I've got this one here, this sort of bronzy orange on the inner part of my lid. And I've used this one, which is still shiny, but it is more of a sort of satin finish, and that's the colour you'll see in my crease and outer V, which still works very well, I think. I love this combination, but I love so many combinations. I mean, I was like, do I go with this one instead of this one? Or do I go with this one? And it's like, how do you decide? And then even this one, which has a shift, because this was the colour palette I chose to use today. So these are the three shades I didn't use today from those that I could have used. Look at them, just look at them. If you want to play with colours and you want to have the best finish, I didn't get any fallout with this either, by the way. You want to get the best finish, the best combinations, the best fun you'll ever have with colour. This is the palette, it really is. Last year Lightwork 5 was one of my all-time favourites of the year. Lightwork 6 is one of my all-time favourites, if not the best. I think this is coming in around the 115 mark, so probably the most expensive palette I've bought all year. So this is in the Sephora sale for both US and UK. So like I said at the start of this video, type in DANESSA MYRICKS, close your eyes, go down, anything you pick, honestly. But open your eyes if you want to look for this one, because this is the top recommendation I would have for you, because this is absolutely stunning. I could swatch it all for you, but I do have a full review here on my channel. Every single one is insanely good. I love it, I love it. I had to put it on my eyes today over that one from Lancome, purely because the excitement of being able to use it again, thinking today, yes, I can go back and use it. It had to be used. But there we are, we've reached the end of the eyeshadow. I'm going to take a quick breath and then we'll move on to lips. There's not so much in the lips, so we are getting there. So I'm going to try my best to whiz through these as fast as I can, because this is becoming the longest video I've ever made. I'm well aware of that. Bottom of my list is this one from Chanel. This was the Chanel lipstick. Gorgeous packaging. £50 for this tiny lipstick, and I think the reason I found this so bad was, one, it was quite drying, but most importantly for me was the colour. It just did not work on me. It's way too deep. This is this intense purple. Yeah, it's called Nuit Pourpre, which I think means night purple, purple night, maybe. Anyway, I just didn't think this was worth £50 for a formula that's quite drying, and I definitely got the wrong shade, but that's on me. You might like that shade. So I only picked up one, so I can't say they're all bad, but I didn't particularly enjoy that one. And next would be the ones I've just tested from Patrick Ta, the new glosses from Patrick Ta, which I quite liked, but they're just a bit sticky. I'm not going to put these on my hand now, but if you want to see these, they are reviewed actually in my very most recent video. So they The hydration lasted a number of hours with these. You do get a little bit of colour payoff, not a lot, but they were too sticky and gloopy, so that's why they are where they are. And then we have this one from Dior. This launched with the Backstage part of the holiday release, because Dior had the Backstage holiday release, then we had the gold, more luxury release. So I think this is stunning, and I do love Dior, don't get me wrong. This is one of my favourite lip gloss formulas in the world. This is the Maximizer. But this one is just too sheer. You don't see it. It's a topper. It looks lilac in the bottle, but it's totally sheer. So I just didn't think, I shouldn't have got it unless I wanted a clear gloss. If you want a clear gloss, lovely, but it looks a lot better in the bottle than it does on the lips. The next ones in my list are the ones from YSL, and I think the packaging on this is stunning, but what I wasn't very pleased about was all three of these are repeat shades. They're not new, they're just repackaged for Christmas. I didn't mind getting them for me because I love the packaging, and I don't have them because I haven't actually bought a lot. These are in the Love Shine, but the three different shades launched. These two, 201 and 44, there's no sort of shine in these, not really anyway. I didn't think they were particularly holiday vibe at all. They're just sort of very light, sort of lip balm finishes. The only one I thought was quite party and I do like is this one. This one is number 209, and this one is pinky and glittery. This one is very pretty, and if it wasn't a repeat I'd probably rank it a lot higher, because I do think this one's very much holiday appropriate, whereas the other two, I don't know why they're in a holiday collection. I don't think they're very suited to holiday. I just think the only thing that's holiday is the packaging, and it's a shame they couldn't come out with new colours really. So packaging, 10 out of 10. Formula, probably 10 out of 10 if that's what you're looking for, but I'm not looking for a lip balm for Christmas. I'm looking for dazzle and shine and colour. But anyway, so that's why that's down low. And then the next ones, for the same reason ranking a bit low really, are these stunning ones from Lancôme. And the reason these are ranking low is, again, these are three shades that are already on their site. They're not new, they've just put in new packaging, which is this stunning Paris Night packaging. Absolutely glorious. But the three of these, not only are they repeat shades, they are also similar shades. There were 3 shades available in the UK, and there were 4 shades available in the US, but the 4th shade in the US was also very similar. So my advice when I reviewed this was, if you like one of these, just get one, because they are just so similar, which I'm showing you now. There we are, that's the 3 of them. They just don't look very different at all, do they? If you want a more in-depth review of these, please find my Lancôme holiday release video where I go into each shade and a bit more detail, but that's why they're ranking low for me. And next up we have the Christian Dior. This is from the Gold collection. We're now moving into I Love territory. So the packaging, absolutely incredible. One of the best packaging for lipsticks, definitely, of the entire release. This is a refillable, so you can choose the ones you put in. It's the case you are paying for here. You're paying separately for the case. So I just picked up one of the sort of standard shades, so I don't really need to show you the shade. It's not a Christmas shade, it's just one I can use regularly. So really I'm just showing you this absolutely glorious packaging. So you could pick a nice Christmas colour to go in this. Maybe I should have, but I decided to go for a very sort of safe nude that I'm more likely to use. So this will be coming out all year for me. And the next one is this one from Dior. This is one of their glittery finish. This is the Rouge Dior Forever Liquid Sequin in Dazzle. I think this one is really, really pretty. So here's Dazzle. And once it's dried down a little bit, I think you wait 5 minutes, you rub your lips together and you get that Dazzle finish, which is a sort of very light glitter. It's not highly glittery, it's just a light glitter. The packaging on this with a gold lid, especially for Christmas, so pretty packaging. There's a number of shades you can get in this. The only thing I would say about it is it's quite drying, so you do need to add some sort of clear gloss on top. But other than that, beautiful. And my next one is Guerlain. Now again, this is case, not colour. I've gone for a summer sort of raspberry colour, so I'm not going to show you that, but I'm just showing you the case. And I know a lot of people are very upset with Guerlain because they've changed the size of the case. So these are refillable lipstick cases, and if you've got any of the refillable lipsticks to go into the cases, they won't fit unless you've bought the brand new ones, because they've changed the size of the cases, which is such a shame. But I couldn't resist this one. I do collect Galan cases only when I love them. I don't get them all, and I absolutely love this one. So as you open it, the mirror pops up. I had the mirror engraved with my name, and well, it is just beautiful, isn't it? So this wins on cases. This is my favourite lipstick case from the holiday releases. I've also got the Gucci gloss, which there just hasn't been a lot in the way of coloured glosses that I've shown or tried, so I'm just showing you this one really, rather than saying it's a favourite. I do love the Gucci formula. It's a very good gloss. It's not the best gloss, but it's a good gloss. So this is their Gucci Hydrating Plumping Gloss. You're getting a little bit of colour in there, so this is very nice. It's not exceptional, it's just very nice. Now all of the rest are lipsticks, and they're all sort of almost tie-in for top, but I am going to show you my #1 lip gloss, and this is absolutely gorgeous. This is probably one of my favourite things out of all lip products for the holiday, and that's the one from Fenty. This is their Twisted. I believe they've mixed their fuchsia shade, which was so popular, with another lighter shade, and the combination of these two is stunning. You're getting the sparkle and you're getting a lovely, lovely colour. Let me show you. Look at that. You get a lovely shine, you get hydration that lasts hours, and you get this fabulous colour. I think this is one of the best products that have been released, honestly. This is a perfect party, Christmas sort of look. I love the bottle, I love the swirl. I absolutely adore this, but I do love the Fenty gloss. So the full title is Fenty Gloss Bomb Swirl Twisted Lip Luminizer, and it's called Fussy Flex. You can get this on the Sephora US site, so definitely one worth picking up in the sale. I think there's quite a few of the Fenty holiday collections available on both Sephora websites, but there's more on Sephora US. And the Lancome gloss as well is featuring here right at the top. This wouldn't beat Fenty as a standalone, but this is probably my favourite clear gloss. Look at the packaging, the frosted glass, the gorgeous Paris Night packaging that have come with everything from Lancome. And then this is a beautiful shiny topper. It's a little bit hard to show that on the back of my hand, but you do get a lovely shine with this. But what I really love is how comfortable and hydrating it is. So you get the shine and you get the hydration. It is beautiful, beautiful, and the packaging is gorgeous. So I've been using this to top lots of the sort of matte shades that I really enjoy, and that one I mentioned from DIOR that was quite drying, that's exactly what I use, because I don't want to take away from the colour beneath. So that's a real winner for me. And now I'm left with 4 lipsticks, and I'm wearing my favourite of the 4, but I don't know how I rank them. Let's just go with this one. Let's just say the bottom, that there's 4, and the 3 beneath the top are all tied. So they're tied for second spot, okay? Starting with this one from Givenchy. First of all, adore this packaging. This is Le Rouge Interdit Intense Silk 502 Brun, what's it called? Brun Cuivre? I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyway, 502. You will not find a more creamy formula, comfortable, fairly long lasting, quite grippy but not drying, beautiful shade for this time of year. Look at that shade, absolute perfection for this time of year. I love this one. So again, everything I'm trying on you'll see reviewed on my channel, so you will see the Givenchy eyeshadow palette along with the lipstick all included in a full review. And then we have the Clé de Peau. Not only is the packaging the winner here, maybe it doesn't beat Givenchy in the lipstick, and maybe it doesn't beat Guerlain in a lipstick case, but the packaging overall for the whole collection, Clé de Peau is my winner, definitely. And this shade of lipstick, first of all, just the packaging, but this shade, I love this shade. A shade I was a bit nervous about trying though. So this is Enchantment, is it Enchantment or Enchanted? Enchantment Blooms. Look at this shade. It really is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Again, it's not red, it's that sort of pink, rich pink, but a party pink. It just screams holiday to me. I think it is beautiful. Beautiful, comfortable, hydrating formula. The most incredibly gorgeous packaging. Clé de Peau have really done very, very, very well for me. I think that they are standouts this season for holiday releases. And another one that I like as much is the Gucci. So this is from the Gucci Holiday collection. I love this packaging. Again, not popular with everyone, but I think it's really nice. I don't see how you can go wrong with a Christmas red and a Christmas gold. So this is the Gucci Rouge à Lèvres, which is velvet matte, and I've got this in Valeria Rose. This again is a perfect shade for this time of year. I think it's a lovely sort of autumnal shade, but also it'll move nicely into the winter season. You've probably seen a theme here. I've clearly got a favourite type of shade. This is quite similar to the Givenchy. I might put them together to show you. Here's the Givenchy and here is the Gucci. So the Gucci is a little bit more bright, but I do like these sort of orangey browny reds, I really do. And this one is a clear winner. I love it. Well, they're both clear winners actually, aren't they? Like I keep saying. But there's one which has stood out for me quite clearly actually above all of them, which is the one I'm wearing right now. And this one is from one of the best makeup brands on the planet. One of the ones I've purchased more than any other brand, and one which I will continue to purchase. And that is this one from MAC. So they launched 3 different shades for their Christmas collection, and I picked up this one. This is the Matte Frosted lipstick. And when it says frosted, it carries a shimmer through the whole bullet, not just around the edges like so many of these cheap lipsticks do, where they just put it around the edge and you think you're getting sparkle. This one is giving you a light sparkle throughout the whole bullet. Look at that, honestly, it is just beautiful. For me, this is like Mrs. Christmas. It really is. And that's what I've got on now. And I've been jabbering away for a good 2 hours here. I'm not sure how long the video will be once I edit, but at least that long. My lips still feel really lovely, no gloss on top, so very hydrating. It's obviously lasted through all the jabbering and sipping water in between chatting to you, and it's absolutely beautiful. So there we go. That I've actually reached the end of this. Oh no, I haven't. Brushes. Really quickly, only one set of brushes. I think have the Ref Christmas collection on the way to me, but they're delayed. I don't know if they would have been in this, well they would have been. I don't know if they'd have topped this, but they might have. But I don't think they'd have topped these in beauty. These are the Chica Hodo and Beautylish collab. The prettiest of brushes, they absolutely are. This one can be used for your bronzer, and I use it for finishing powder to finish off the edges. This one for highlight and blush. This brush I actually tested for doing an entire look, and because it's got this sort of lovely tip, I was able to blend out and use it for fine detail and even line. So this one brush pretty much does the whole look, and then this one you've got for lining. So it's a pretty comprehensive set. You could pretty much go away with this needing just cream brushes, so for your foundation and concealer. These are powder brushes, but they come with the most beautiful, beautiful packaging. I love this release, I really do, and I love Chica Hodo, so that's a big winner. That is the end of the video. That was the last thing I wanted to show you. So hopefully this video has given you a little bit of help on what to choose if you've hopefully sat back and waited for reviews from people like me before spending your money, because there's been so many colours that have basically been repeated in these collections with lips and eyes and cheeks, especially with eyes and lips. I think there's been a lot of repeats, and I hope you haven't all rushed out and got it and then regretted it because something nicer has come out. So hopefully that everything is still available for you, and hopefully this video has been helpful in making your choices. And if you are looking for the Sephora UK and US sales, I do hope my recommendations have helped. I could recommend so much more, but like I said, this video would last weeks. So if you've got any questions about those sales and you want my help, please do message me. I'm more than happy to help you with that. And if you could please use my affiliate links for Sephora when purchasing from those sales, I'd be ever so grateful. I really would. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. That really is helpful. If you're already subscribed, thank you so very much for staying to the end of this mammoth video, and I hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care everybody, bye.